Let's see.
Christopher Brophy for Casey.
Yeah.
I know I can't be the only one out there trying to figure out your Alberta bass technique. Working through Etude in A minor number 2, that has easily been one of the toughest parts. If you could explain how you were able to control the one-handed roll while shifting intervals all while being in time, that would be awesome.
Yeah, it's hard, and everyone has trouble with this. And when I have to play this piece, in fact, I didn't play this piece for your concert last night because I'm in kind of a love-hate relationship with this piece right now. But I mean, I really have to get in shape. You know, I can't just walk out and do it. So yeah, you're not like you observed. You're not the only one. It's tough. But the short of it is that it's the feeling of a one-handed roll, like a shaking roll, and then you're gonna time the shake so that it's really in time with your other stick. And then as far as getting the accuracy, you just have to be really patient with yourself and make sure you're going with the feeling of a one-handed roll before the accuracy. And I think that's what does that make sense?
Yeah.
I think what people struggle with is like, oh, they're like, I'm doing it, but I'm not accurate. I started the same way. You have to sustain the feeling, and then as you get better at it, the notes will come.
Yeah. I'm sure a big part of it is about staying loose and just kind of doing this.
Yeah,
right?
that's something
similar, related to a tambourine roll, but except there's extra element.
Yeah, sure.
Added to it.
Yeah, and really it feels just like this to me, like right here on a table. It really feels like that, just because it's that loose, like as heavy as your fingers are here. There's just a little more weight with the mallets, and that's it.
I have trouble doing it.
Sure. Yeah, it's hard, you know. I mean, yeah, it took me.
No, but I know we're sidetracking a little bit, but it's interesting you mentioned the love-hate relationship. Because I think both of us, most composers, I dare say all composers, they write something new, they love it for a little while, they end up hating it for a little while, and then after a few years, you became kind of lukewarm with it. It's alright, I'm ready to move on to another project. Yeah. But the good ones are the ones that survives.
Right,
for sure. Play.
For sure, yeah.
And I don't know, I've only published the ones that I still like, so there's a whole bunch that I don't like anymore.
Yeah.
It's probably in my hard drive somewhere.
I've published the ones that I liked at one point.
Yeah.
And there's plenty I've just thrown away, but I figure, well, if I liked it at one point, maybe someone else will, at my age or at that level, will like it then too.
And I just didn't want to do it. Like my musical moment number 4 and 5. Yeah. I'm never gonna publish 1, 2, 3.
Oh, okay. Yeah. We'll get it out of you. I'll steal your.
Wait till I die.
Steal your laptop and hand it out to everyone.
All right, Alexander Singer.
Yeah, he asked us about, let's see, alright, Alex says, you guys should set up a camera and have a one-on-one discussion about your personal philosophies of marimba and or percussion. Talk about exercises, techniques, style, compositional elements. What about exercises and techniques, since we're in the technical side of things?
Well, I don't know, I think both of us pretty much agree on the George Hamilton Green rule number 1. Keep your hammers low. Staying low, and that's how I was taught at Curtis by Don Liuzzi, just staying low and just no unnecessary motion and staying very loose. And just being very centered. And so everything from the shoulders, neck, and like the shoulder at the neck, the shoulder blades, elbows, like all the way through. There's nothing blocking your energy. Sure. So it's all loose, and it's all about control rather than forced action.
Sure.
And it's more about the chemistry we talked about between the brain and the hand.
So connectivity of it. Yeah.
It's about like how quickly your brain is working or telling your body what to do rather than just your body moving.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
And slow practice.
The low thing has just come up again and again, and I couldn't agree more. It's been like the secret to playing probably both our pieces, at least the technical things, the difficult choppy things, that people ask about is like, imagine stick height, and that's distance, and each one of those is effort. If you can fold that down horizontally so you don't move from point A to point B like this, but you just go straight there, you know? Like your E minor, taka da taka da taka da taka, just boom, just fold right down into those rapid notes, and you'll get there, you know.
Yeah, but I mean, these are not absolutes. I've seen many great players. They play this high, and they're more accurate than me. Right. They play faster than me.
Yeah.
So I don't know. That's how we work.
That's what's worked for us, I think. Yeah, but. I think the key is to figure out yours for sure. You know,
for us it's stay low and stay loose.
Yeah,
pretty much. That's
and I think
keys.
Yeah. And people, these young people especially, they say, "Oh, I'm not getting there. What am I doing wrong? Tell me what to do." And it's maybe not so much you're doing something wrong, but you just need to find what works for you still. You know, like ours has been that.
One step at a time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, a lot of slow practicing. I'd say 95% of my practicing is slow practice.
It's just slow.
Yeah, and actually, the other 100%, because I always put 200% in it. The other 100% is mental practice. Just studying the score away from the instrument and
so helpful.
Going through the music in my head and image playing. Just imagine myself playing, and I don't do it very often, but sometimes I just go stare at the keyboard.
Yeah.
But a lot of it is just in my head, like 24/7. Even now, I think right now I'm at like the third measure of Merlin.
Yeah. And that doesn't sound like a technical idea. Like that doesn't sound like a technical benefit, but I think it really is, because you're really thinking everything through. You're reinforcing that connectivity, and
it helps.
You're planning everything.
The better you know the music inside out, the more control you have. So and never play any faster than what the music calls for.
Yeah, what it needs. Yeah,
what it needs, because I've never been able to do that.
Yeah.
If I don't need to play something at lightning speed.
Yeah.
And if the music doesn't ask for it, I can't, because it's not necessary.
Yeah.
So, okay, let's move on.
Sure. So that was Alex's. Thanks, Alex.
Alexi Pius?
Yeah, Alexi. You both have such amazing speed and technical ability. Oh, thanks. Maybe talking about how you two can develop speed without creating tension. As myself and my students have run into difficulty with this. So yeah, as you
again, just stay loose, and a lot of it boils down to, it's actually not in the hands. A lot of it, I mean, it's in the hands, but it started from the neck.
Yeah.
Like if there's some kind of tension in the neck, it'll lead down to the shoulder, the slightly raised shoulder.
Yeah.
Which would gear down. Yeah, the hunch.
Yeah.
Gear down to the elbows.
Yeah.
And then gear down to the grip. So keep your neck loose.
Yeah.
And then keep your center balanced, and where your feet are planted. Like if you're standing. I mean, none of my students are seating yet.
What if you just drank a whole pot of coffee? Would that do it?
Oh, you gotta pee, but
would you play really fast?
Well, most likely.
Yeah, I think it's what he's saying. You have to tell it what's going on, and I've literally experienced like I played the piece for you guys last night. That was just the whole time,
right.
Just chords in both hands, double stops both hands the whole time, and yeah, I mean, you start to feel it tighten up. But I found I can just tell myself, oh, you're tightening up, stop it. Yeah. So it's up here. More than down there, and I think the more times you can practice making that message work, the more times you're getting yourself to that mental state where you can control it. Like the more familiar it is. So if that technical mental control is a familiar place and a place you're familiar with, you'll access it more often in a performance or in a practice room.
Breathing.
Yeah.
Very important. Like sometimes percussionists especially stop breathing because we don't really have to make a sound, but if we don't breathe, we're gonna freeze. So a lot of times, just even if the music is complete frenzy, at the core of it, we need to keep like the hurricane's eye or something, where it's completely peaceful, where it's controlled. So you're placing everything, no matter how complete frenzy or how fast or how crazy the music's going, the center of it is still controlled.
We talked about that in the class yesterday with Matt and Casey. It's like, okay, this music looks like it should be really chaotic and it's really dense, but you need to never actually feel chaotic inside. You need to have everything very, very controlled.
Although it's those like couple little moments in the live performance that when you get past that point and you kind of go like,
yeah, that's true.
That's like the moments where I go like, yes! Like Horowitz reaches down but that octave misses it and going like, bam! And we're like, yes!
That's true. Yeah, control, but not emotionless. Not apathetic. Not you want to care, of course.
It brings back to that duality and that struggle in music. On so many different levels that makes performance is interesting rather than finale perfect playback like that.
Right. Of course. Yeah.
Okay.
That was Alexi's. What's the next technical one?
Michael Barnes. Yep, definitely to get to know your chops. William.
Will.
Osmer.
Yeah, Will from UNF. Let's see some of the runs in my E minor etude. One-handed arpeggios. Let's see. Also, 5-note voicings. Yeah, typo in my piece. You're both fantastic. Can't wait to see it. Thanks, Will. The arpeggios he's talking about, it just like the Alberti bass thing we talked about, is just spread out. Yeah, and this is certainly not my thing. A lot of people do this. Like instead of doing a run like mallet 3-3-3-3-3, they'll go 3-4-3-4-3-4-3-4, and they go ticka 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 ticka. It's just like that, except it's spread across the arpeggio up and down.
Stay low, stay loose.
Stay low, stay loose, and it just crawls up, ticka it up, just like like
it sounds simple, but that's really all what it is.
Yeah.
Alan Bonko.
Yeah, strategies for taking care of your muscles when sticking to a practice schedule. When I started getting arm pain, I had to slap on a wrist brace and couldn't take practice for a few days. I'm worried I'll develop a severe problem. Are there methods for preventing carpal tunnel and things like that?
If it hurts, stop.
I think so, yeah. And I think it's like exercise. Like say you're lifting weights and you feel a pain. Don't lift that, obviously, but if you feel like effort or strain is even a stretch, the word strain, I don't know how else to say it, but you feel effort, that's okay, that's your body getting stronger, that's your body figuring it out, that's your chops elevating, but yeah, just really listen to your body, don't hurt yourself, obviously.
I remember a past teacher of mine, Michael Udall. He made his students, he tried to tell his students, 15-20 minutes of practicing at a time max, then take 5 minutes break.
Yeah.
Especially for beginners. It also depends on how you practice. I mean, I could easily go an hour, but in that hour, it's mostly slow practice run-throughs.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't hurt because I'm going like boom, 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 just feeling it out. And focusing on like the tone colors I'm getting and the horizontal thing rather than like speed and dexterity. So,
and don't jump into velocities if the last piece you played was Yellow After the Rain. I find people doing that. Like, hey, I can't play Pius, this ridiculously crazy hard piece that no one else can play. Oh, okay, well, what are you having troubles with? Well, this and that. Okay, and what's the last piece you played? Oh, the Yellow After the Rain or something. It's like, don't read a 12th grade book when you're in, because there's a lot of good pieces in between, and you can gauge up to it.
One step at a time.
One step at a time.
And that's kind of a problem with our repertoire because there's not much intermediate things. But that's why I check out my book Colors because these are like duets, kind of duets that also play both solos. So duets are a 5th grader could play it, but then as solos maybe you take a college freshman. So.
And it's really hard, I think, if you just don't have the technical facility like built up for something yet, and then you jump into something ahead of that. That scares me. You want to I like what you say, like slow practice with lots of breaks. Like, I guess the equivalent, to stick with the weightlifting analogy, it would be many reps of low weight instead of the guy who goes in and like puts in all the weight and just like does this one mega rep,
right.
and then you're like your bicep explodes.
Yeah, I have no idea what you're talking about.
I know. Yeah.